we did recently was we did the mean, the mode, and the median, okay? But the difference was we actually had a list of all the numbers done individually. So I'll give you a really small example, okay? So if I had something like this, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, and 1, 5, okay? Now, it's very easy to tell I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people there. Would you agree with 9 people? Is that okay with you guys? 9. Okay? Now, because I arranged them in order of size, it's very easy to find out what the median is. What's the median? What's the median, guys? It's 3, isn't it? It's the fifth person, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The median is 3. What's the mode? What's the mode, lads? The mode is 2. What happens next is the mode is 2. So the mode is 2 because there's 3 2s, okay? Now the mean is quite easy to do. Once again, the mean is just add everything up, yeah? So 1 plus 2, 3, 5, 7, 10, 13, 17, 21, 26. And somebody roughly tell me what's 26 divided by 9? 2.8. Fair play. Right? So it was 2 and 8 ninths, which is 2.88-ish. 2.8 reoccurring. So 2.889. Okay. Now, see the blue data on top of the board? In this chapter, we're going to display the data slightly differently. So here's what a table could look like. Okay, so what we have is we have amount and we have something called frequency. So I'm going to change this table so it looks something like this. It's the same table, it has the same answers, but it looks completely different. So here's what happens. So this is just numbers, so it's got 1, we have a 2, we have a 3, we have a 4, and we have a 5. Next thing we have is what's called frequency. Frequency tells you how often those numbers come up. How many 1s do we have? How many 1s do we have? 1. How many 2s do we have? 3. How many 3s do we have? How many 4s do we have? And how many 5s do we have? 1. Now guys, imagine I had 20 2s, 50 3s. You're not going to add them all up individually, are you? Like I did earlier. Remember I added all these up in a row. There's a quicker way of doing it. Here's the quicker way of doing it. Just multiply. 1 by 1, 1. 2 by 3, 6. 3 by 2, 2 by 4. And then 5 plus 1, 5. Okay? Now what you have here is you add all them up. And once again you get 7, 13, 21 and 26. But I also had to figure out how many numbers was there. We know there's 9, don't we? But if I count this 1 second, the computer's just trying to catch up with me. There you go. Computer's not fast enough. There you go. See all these numbers here? That tells me how many people there was. And how many people was there? There was 9. Does that make sense? So 26 divided by 9 is still my mean. That makes sense? Now, to find the median is difficult. Because look at this. What position is the median in? The median is the fifth person, isn't it? We know the first one, that's not the median. Add on another 3, that means the first 4 people are 1 and 2, but the fifth person must be a 3. Does that make sense? So there you go, like it was earlier. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a question that's already written out for us, okay? First thing, how many boxes were sampled? Kaminsky, how many boxes were sampled? Add them together. 19, 22, 25 boxes were sampled. Out of interest, who's the middle of 25? Who's the median position? Divide 25 by 2. 12.5, round it up. 13th. There's only a middle one, isn't it? Because it's an odd number. Now, write down the mode. So there's 18 pins in a couple of the boxes, there's 19 pins in a couple of the boxes, there's 20 pins in a couple of the boxes, there's 21 pins, there's 22 pins. Which number comes up the most? 18 came up 10 times, 19 came up 9 times, 20 came up 3 times. So it's safe to say that 18 pins was the most common result. Okay, gonna pause there. So guys, mode was, what's the mode? Mode was 18. Just for argument's sake, I'm going to do the median. Okay, I'll do the median as question 5. Where is the median located? What number is the median? Median is number, we did it earlier. Median is number 13 on the list. The first 10 boxes are 18s. The first 19 boxes, the next 9 boxes after the first 10 are 19s. Does that make sense? So what number is the median, do you reckon? 19. The median has to be 19. Do you get that? Let me explain. There's 18, 18, 18, 18, 18. There's the first 5. There's the 6th. There's the 7th. There's the 8th. There's the 9th. There's the 10th. Everybody cool with that? There's the 11th. There's the 12th. There's the 13th. The 13th score has to be 19. That makes sense? Eventually you'll be able to do it without drawing it out. Okay? Nextly, so the median would be 19 if I asked you for it. Queven, what's the range? The biggest number of pins minus the smallest number of pins.
4.
Yeah, 22 minus 18? 4. Okay, how do I calculate the average really quickly? Okay, so we're going to get Joe to help me out here. 18 times 10? 19 multiplied by 9, that's where I'll need you. 19 multiplied by 9? 171. Next one's 60. Where am I getting 60 from? 60 pins amongst those 3 boxes, yeah? 42 pins amongst those 2 boxes there. And finally, 22 pins amongst this box here. Everybody cool with that? Okay, nextly. Add all them up for me, Joe. 475 pins. Do I divide by 5 or do I divide by 25? Anybody tell me, do I divide by 5 or 25? Not 5, because although I have 5 numbers, those 5 numbers don't represent 5 boxes. They actually represent 25 boxes. So I need to divide it by 25. So Joe, 470, huh? 3.8? It has to be bigger than that. 19. 475 divided by 25. Okay. Briefly describe the machine's performance. Well, the machine has a reasonably low range of 4. It means it doesn't make massive errors. So it had a range of 10. What would that mean? Some boxes were meant to have 18 and then another box would have 28. That's a huge difference, isn't it? The average was what, guys? The average was 19. However, the average should be 20. So the machine is slightly off. So you can say it's only 1 pin off, but it could deal with being more accurate. That makes sense? Alright, so I did question 6 there. What I'd like you do you understand, right? There's 40 pupils in the class. So if I was to add up all these scores individually, okay? If I went through this and did all of this, like, if I added them and spent all day in my calculator adding every result up. Huh? Freezing. If I did this and added up all the results together like that, that's going to take too long, isn't it? Sometimes there's 100 students. I'm not going to do that for 100 students. But just out of interest, when you did add all them up, did some of you get 150? No, right, let's try again. There's a faster way of doing this. Here's the faster way. I'm not going to do it like that. That is no point. But remember, whatever your total is, you're going to have to divide your total by 40. You're not dividing your total by 8. You're not dividing your total by 5. You're dividing your total by 40. Total answers divided by 40. Now here's what you're going to do. You're going to go up here and you're going to make yourself a little table. And the table has scores 1 through 8. The average has to be somewhere between 1 and 8. Does everybody agree with that? You can't have an average of 20 because it's not possible to score 20 by the looks of it. It has to be in between 1 and 8. Your maximum score is 8. Your minimum score is 1. Average is going to be somewhere in between. Here's what we're going to do. How many ones was there? Of interest, call it out. How many ones did you get? 3 ones. How many 2s did you get? How many 3s did you get? How many 4s did you get? How many 5s? How many 4 and 1? To check that you've counted everything, tot up all the red ones and you should get 40. 8, 16, 24, 33, 33 plus 7, 40. It doesn't mean I'm guaranteed to be right, but it means more than likely I haven't forgot anything. Does that make sense? Now, second thing. We said earlier, I'm not adding all these up individually. Stress at that. So here's what I'm going to do instead. 1 times 3, 3. 2 times 5, 3 times that, 24, 32, 45, 24, 14, 8, sorry, I put down 9, I added them by mistake, 8. So here's what I'm going to do in class. I'm going to do 3 plus 10, 1 second buddy, plus 24, plus 32, plus 45, plus 24, plus 14, plus my 8. And whatever that answer is, I'm going to divide it by 40. What is the answer for adding them all together? 128. Hands up, you got 160. Shh. Quiet please guys, I won't be able to use the video. 160 divided by 40 means the mean is 4. Okay, now, the median is difficult. Shh. Lads, pay attention, here's the hard question, right? Median is difficult for the following reasons. The following reason is this. The median, it's an even number. So is there a middle 1 person or a middle 2 people? If it's an even number, like 4, there's definitely a middle 2. Would everybody agree with that? Who are the middle 2 people of 40? 20 and 21. Now where are 20 and 21 located? Let's find out. Well, it's safe to say that the first 13 people are below 2. But the next 24 people after the 13th person, so from 13 all the way up to 37, they're all on the number 3. Does that make sense? So what do you think the median mark would have been? The median mark was definitely a 3. Both the 20th and 21st person, they both scored 3. Would everybody agree with that? The 20th and 21st person both scored 3. And when you average 3 off, it's still 3. Now, the mode is the most common result. Who's the most common result? 5. 45 people got an answer of 5. Or 5 questions right. So 5. Now, here's a trick. If the pass mark was 4, what percentage of pupils failed the test? Well, it's out of 40 people, and we're going to multiply it by 100. How many people got below 4 marks? 13 plus 24? What? Oh wait, it's not out, is it out 40? Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. Sorry guys, I'm not counting the green numbers, I'm counting the red numbers. 16 people, is that correct? 16 people. 16 people divided by 40 multiplied by 100. Anybody? Change it to percentage. 40%. 1 sec, Joe. Sorry for doubting you. Yeah, 40%. Now, 10 other pupils did the same tests. The mean mark, lads, pay attention, this happens all the time. 10 more students did the test. Would you agree with that? 10 more students did the test. Everybody cool with that? How many students was there in total then? 50. Guys, the new average is over 50 people. Would you agree with that? Because there's 10 new students. Now, what was our old total? Our old total was 164. 40 students gave us 160. Would you agree with that? Now, they said the mean mark remained unchanged. Calculate the sum of the marks of 50 pupils. Right. Lads, if the mean stays the same, the mean was 4 and now it's still 4. What's 50 multiplied by 4? 200. So it means we went from 160 up to, that means there was 200 marks in total. 200 questions answered correctly. 200 divided by 50, still an average of 4. A second set of 50 pupils did the same tests, and the mean for 100 pupils was increased by 1 mark. Calculate the mean mark for the second set of 50 pupils. Okay, let's just think about this rationally here. Okay, would everybody agree that our first set was 200 marks for 50 students? Everybody agree with that? Then all of a sudden, how many students do we have in total now when we combine both sets together? What? We have 100 students in total, don't we? But the average is no longer 4 because it says the mean mark was increased by 1. It was 4, now it's 5. What number divided by 100 gives you 5? 500. We had 200 marks for 50 students. Now we have 500 marks for 100 students. How many marks did the next 50 students contribute? How did we go from 200 to 500? Huh? 300, wasn't it? 300 marks for how many students? 50. 300 divided by 50? Average of 6. Okay. For the weekend,